Gotcha. You saw the title. You saw the thumbnail. You're like, I don't usually watch Shradee's videos, but what the hell is this? I gotta click on this to figure out what the hell I'm doing. What is this? Stay tuned to find out. Oh yeah, intro. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for Shrady. Boop boop, da 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 boop 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 boop. And welcome back to the channel. So yes, today we're gonna be talking about one of my favorite Pokemon for the Ultra League. It's not as good in Remix, but it is still fun to run, and that is gonna be pᴜʀᴘᴟe. So if you go on to enjoy today's video, I would really appreciate it if you left a like. It does really help out the channel. And if you're new, subscribe as long as you enjoy the content. And if you want to see me continue the playthrough of Fire Red doing the Nuzlocke challenge with the randomizer mod, head on over to the gaming channel. There will be a link in the description to that channel, as well as the new video that we're posting today. Also, we do have 2 new merch designs up in the shop right now, courtesy of BJ Williams. So shout out to BJ for being an awesome artist and helping us out making these designs come to you onto your coffee mug or on your shirt or hoodie or whatever. So the first design is the nice sack bro design, which has been heavily requested on the channel. And then the second design is the picking on the dead design, which is probably my favorite I've ever seen. So if you want to go and check that out, we've got it on everything you could possibly imagine, including a yoga mat, I believe, is one of the options on there. So if you want a yoga mat that says nice sack bro and he's, you know, got the Scrafty looking up at you, and you know, if you know what I mean. Anyway, if you want to go and check that out, link in the description. No, before that, would it boop. I was trying to say let's get into it, but it just came out weedy bop bop boop. So weedy bop bop boop. Put it in the montage. Nice sack, bro. Professionalism. I love you all. So yes, it is pᴜʀᴘᴟe in all of his glory. You see him over there with his little shrimp body and his little purple face. He's not a seahorse. He's a shrimp for the purposes of this video. And I am a cute kawaii cat girl, so live with it. So yeah, like I said, this thing is not as good in the Ultra League Remix. Because there's a lot of Alolan Ninetales, number 1, and most of them are running Powder Snow, and even if it's running Charm, it's still a terrible matchup to be in. Usually, when I ran this thing in the Ultra League Premier Cup, I put Gunk Shot on it, even though Outrage is probably better. Compared to Gunk Shot, that's going to be resisted by, you know, Steel types as well as Ghost types, and there's a lot of Ghost types out there. Let's check out the team. I decided to run with pᴜʀᴘᴟe. So, we've got pᴜʀᴘᴟe in the lead with Dragon Tail, ₚᵤᵣⴚₗₑ and ₚᵤᵣⴚᴘᴗ, and then we have Drapion with Poison Sting, ₚᵤᵘᴗⴗ, and ₚᵤᵣⴚ, and we got Defense Deoxys in the back with Counter, Psycho Boost, and shraydee. I've done these so many times that I'm actually used to the way I pronounce these names. So yeah, this is a full XL team. Go ahead and dislike the video now. We all know you're going to, but look, it is what it is, man. And honestly, this team isn't that good. Like, I'm just going to be frank with you. If I'm going to run Dragalge, I want to run at least a little bit of spice with the team. And Drapion is a pretty spicy pick, at least in my opinion. And it's just, you want to see me lose, or do you want to see me win? I don't know. It's up to you guys, because I can show you a bunch of losses, because that's real easy to do. I can just run whatever the hell I want, and boom. Full video of me getting my ass kicked.
A few moments later.
After running the easy mode team, I accidentally made my way up into the almost 2900 range. I was at 2877, and I got really nervous, not because I wanted to get the legend, but because I saw how high my ELO went, and I was really nervous that my brain was going to be like, you got to make a legend push, dude, you're almost there. And then I went 1-4, and I felt so thankful that I lost that many games, because I was like, okay, I don't have to make a legend push. I don't care about legend. I'm just going to get some spicy battles for the people to watch. So that felt really good to lose that 1-4 set. So, and because of that, you get to see old pᴜʀᴘᴟe in all of his glory. And yes, my Defense Deoxys is a rank 1, but it's not even powered up all the way. So, you know, whatever. Also, I think I changed from Rock Slide to Thunderbolt at some point, but either way. All right, we pick up a negative lead, and this is terrible because we are AAB, technically, AAB weak to Galarian Stunfisk, or just AAB weak to ground in general. But that's why we have Aqua Tail on both of our poison types, because we can at least hit for super effective damage, even though it doesn't do that much. I shield this up, and fortunately, it is an Earthquake, which would have been taking me out there. So, actually, either way, it would have taken me out alongside of some Mud Shot, so... we're going to be going straight Aqua Tail, and then I think at this point I decide to catch on my Defense Deoxys, because it's a really bad matchup for Dragalge to be in, because Galarian Stunfisk doesn't have to shield, and they can just go straight Earthquake, and you can, yeah, they'll destroy you. Alright, so we bait out a Galvantula, and right here I go for the extra counter, because I want to be able to get to a second charge move, but I realized afterwards that that lunge is basically going to take me out. I could have gone for 2 Psycho Boosts here, and that probably would have been a better play, because they're most likely going to shield. And I can't get to another charge move if I go for the Rock Slide, but that's fine. Dragalge is a super hard counter to Galvantula because everything is resisted. Literally everything. Lunge is resisted because of the poison typing, and Electric is resisted because of the dragon typing. So we're going to tank this Lunge, no big dealio, and then we're going to overfarm by 2 and then throw this Aqua Tail. It does not KO, but it'll give me enough chip damage that I should be able to take this thing out, and the Dragon Tails do a lot, as you can see. So I believe I let this go. It does not KO, and I should be able to farm down before they farm me down. And they actually switch into a Jellicent, which actually kind of gives me a win con here. If they would have just stayed in, I would have been fine. Or they would have been fine. But since they switch into the Jellicent, as long as they don't have Ice Beam, I'm looking golden here. Drapion does counter Jellicent very well. Like I said, unless they're running Ice Beam, then it's a bit rough. But if they're running Bubble Beam and Shadow Ball, then yeah, this is absolutely fine. So we're going to go straight Crunch here, and they are most likely going to go straight Bubble Beam, but some people do decide to go for the Shadow Ball because it does more damage. He does go for the Shadow Ball, and that's fine with me. I'm going to be overfarming by 3 because it gets, I get 3 Poison Stings where they get 2 Hexes, so it equals out that way as long as they don't sneak 1 in. Alright, now we're going to go for the Aqua Tail. This should be taking it out even though it's resisted, although probably wouldn't. But we do get a shield, perfect. And now we're going to go ahead and catch on the Dragalge, but they decide to, instead of throw, they switch Pokemon, and I have almost 2 Aqua Tails here, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that Galarian Stunfisk. That thing's a pain in the ass. And now the Galvantula comes in, and they're not going to get to a charge move here. We can farm them down with Poison Stings, and then there's absolutely nothing they can do here. Even if they go for a Shadow Ball and land it, it's not enough to KO, so we're just going to shield up whatever it is, and then I didn't throw right away because I was like, I'll just farm them down with Poison Stings, and then I got worried, so I threw it anyway. But either way, that is the first battle. Alright, into the second battle here. I guess I started the recording a little bit late, so we didn't get to see the trainer's name, but that's okay. We pick up a lead against a Defense Deoxys, and this is pretty rough. Most Defense Deoxyses will be running Psycho Boost, which hits for super effective damage on Dragalge. At least on Drapion, it only hits for, resisted damage. We're going to go for the Outrage. I don't expect them to shield, but they actually do. And then I'm trying to catch the next Psycho Boost on my Drapion, but they hold on to their energy, but then they throw anyway. I'm not exactly sure why they threw this, because it is double debuffed after that Psycho Boost. It was a Thunderbolt, so that's fine. And then they come in with a Politoed, XL Politoed, of course. Why wouldn't it be an XL team? It's just how it goes, man. It's just how it goes. Like I said, I miss being in the 2200 range. It was a lot more fun down there, and I could experiment with some non-XL teams and have more fun, but yeah. It is what it is, man. And also, I wanted to be clear, I don't blame anybody for using XL teams. It's Niantic's fault that we have the system like this. It's not your fault. Like, if you want to win, you got to use XL Pokemon most of the time. I mean, that's not always true, but it's mostly true, at least for this league specifically. But either way, we're going to go for this Crunch. We decided to call their bait, and then instead of going for the Earthquake, they went for another Weather Ball, which gives me an opportunity to save my Drapion. And then they come back in with the Defense Deoxys, and I make a mistake here. I should have gone for the Outrage, because I survive a Psycho Boost. I did not know this at the time. I didn't know I was going to survive a Psycho Boost, so I got nervous and threw the Aqua Tail, which was a huge mistake. So now they're going to go for a Psycho Boost. They have more than enough, or at least 1 Psycho Boost, maybe 2, but we do have an Aqua Tail here. And most likely we'll win the CMP tie. I doubt that Defense Deoxys would win that CMP tie. But either way, they actually don't have a second one, so I'm able to farm down with Dragon Tail. And then they're probably going to come back. Oh, they come in with a Snorlax. Okay, this is doable, as they say in Espanol. Sorry, I'm trying to butcher it as much as I can. Either way, we come in with the defense Deoxys, and this is similar to the matchup in the Great League, which with Munchlax and defense Deoxys, we're both doing super effective damage, but counter does more, and the body slams are spammier than the rock slides are, so this is a bit rough. We CMP tie to the second one because I overfarmed. We're going to go for this rock slide here, and then I think I attempt to catch a body slam on my Drapion, maybe just switch out into it. Save a Psycho Boost, that's what it is. I save a Psycho Boost, come in with the Drapion, and they decide to overfarm, and I guess they underestimated how quickly it takes me to get to these Aqua Tails. It only takes 4 Poison Stings to get to an Aqua Tail, so I take out the Snorlax, and the Politoed is forced to throw here because they're going to go down to Poison Stings, and we have a Psycho Boost loaded on the big pool noodle guy, you know, which is, I don't know what his name is. It's a thing. He's a pool noodle man, so we're able to take that win. Gibby de baba de booba de baba de boosh, as they say in Espanol. Alright, into the next battle here, going up against Babunas. Alright, so picking up a terrible lead. Once again, this is very, very rough, and we lag, so we didn't get our first fast move. So we are out of sync. As per usual, this game is frickin' broken. Hashtag Niantic, fix your frickin' game. Alright, so we are... Oof. What do? We shield, and it is a rock slide because they are a huge dick. I'm just kidding, you're fine. So we're going to try to catch on the defense Deoxys once again, and we fail miserably, but it's fine. They throw anyway. This Earthquake will do quite a bit of damage here, especially because we're not fully powered up, and they come in with a Sylveon. Okie dokie then. This is pretty rough. My team doesn't like Charmers. Unless it's a Alolan Ninetales, and that's why I'm running Rock Slide on the defense Deoxys. But we're going to farm up to 2 Psycho Boosts here. We're going down regardless, so we might as well get 2 charge moves off, even if the second one is double debuffed because of the Psycho Boof debuff. So... I know. So we decided to stop attacking there so I can get a little bit more farm on my Drapion, but unfortunately we still take neutral damage from Moonblast, and it's going to do a lot, and we're down on shield, so we can take half of our health with that Moonblast and another 2 charms, which did a lot, and they come in with a Toxicroak, and this one is looking very, very rough. Plus we lag just a whole bunch. Don't you frickin' love to see it? So we're going to go for these Aqua Tails, and then, or 1 Aqua Tail, and then switch out and go into the Dragalge. And they do have enough for a Mud Bomb at this point, so I just throw the Aqua Tail, kind of getting nervous once again. It doesn't do that much. We sneak a Dragon Tail in, so that could be crucial here, depending on whether or not I get to another... Yeah, I should be able to get to another Aqua Tail, but they switch into the Galarian Stunfisk. And this Aqua Tail, unfortunately, still does not KO, so I doubt they shield this. Oh, they do. Okay, that's fine. That actually works out, kind of, not really. Doesn't work out at all, because they're going to Earthquake me and then Rock Slide my Drapion. I should be able to beat him to the Aqua Tail, because I already have one. But we're going to need to get to 2 Aqua Tails on the Toxicroak in order to win, so there's no way. They're going to farm me down with those neutral counters before I can get to any charge move that matters. So that's going to be the GG's. So GG to Babunas. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a real good one. Okay, so we pick up a lead against a Spice Lord, a Zapdos, a man of culture, true culture, running his Zapdos here. This is a positive lead. We will still take neutral damage from Drill Peck. I threw before I got to the Outrage, so that's a mistake because they're going to know it's not an Outrage. But I do get the guaranteed damage, which is nice. So I'm going to let this come through because Drill Peck is the only thing that hits for neutral here, and it's not going to do that much. It'll do a lot, but it'll do, you know, it's okay. So I do decide to shield up the second one, even though I survive it, mainly because I want to retain some health on the Purple Shrimp. I want to see how Purple Shrimp does. So they come in with an Alolan Sandslash, and I attempt to catch on my defense Deoxys, but I fail once again. So this Alolan Sandslash has a lot of energy here. We are doing double super effective damage with these counters because of that Ice and Steel typing, and Rock Slide hits for neutral. I overfarmed here, and I also forced the CMP tie by accident, which is very bad. So we're gonna just hit like a couple of bubbles here so we can get more farm. If I would have hit 2 more lines of those bubbles, I would have been able to farm down before they get to another Ice Punch. But unfortunately, they get to another Ice Punch. So this is a bit rough. This is looking rough. We are down on shields. We have almost 2 Pokemon down. Well, they do have... The Zapdos is almost dead. And then I make a really smooth brain play here, and I shield this. Even though I'm down on shields, I shield this. I mean, I will come out with a lot of energy, but why did I do that? They come in with the Melodic, and I'm going to bait with the Aqua Tail because I have a ton of energy here on my Dragalge. And this is a good matchup. It would be bad if they were running Dragon Tail, but they're running Waterfall, and Waterfall is resisted, whereas Dragon Tail would be super effective. So this is a good matchup because they're running Waterfall. We actually get both shields and force the CMP tie, which is huge. This is most likely a Surf, and it's probably going to take me out unless they undercharge. It looks like they may have undercharged a little bit, so we get one more Dragon Tail through, and now we have the Drapion here, and this Drapion is going to be able to do good damage here with the Crunch. This is a very dangerous matchup to be in, though, because Melodic has Waterfall, and usually Pokemon with Waterfall, those Waterfalls add up really quickly. So we're going to go for this Crunch, and then attempt to catch on the Defense Deoxys, but they didn't throw, and I have a Rock Slide here, so this should be taken. I don't know if it will. It's not enough. Okay, it is almost enough. They come in with a Zapdos, but the counter actually lands on the Zapdos instead of on the Melodic, which takes out the Zapdos. So GG. And also, massive respect for the team you're running. That was badass. Okie dokie. Into the next bout here. Going up against some name that I could not see quick enough. Alright, so we're picking up a positive lead here against pᴜʀᴚ. So once again, massive respect, because that's a really cool Pokemon to run. This is positive because we only take neutral from Dark Pulse, whereas they take neutral from everything that we have. So these Poison Jabs and the Thunder Punch will be resisted. I decided to shield up the first Dark Pulse to encourage my opponent to shield, because I'm going to bait. This Aqua Tail won't do very much if they decide to call it. Let's see. They do shield, so that's good for me. And now I am lagging once again. And this next Dark Pulse, it'll do okay damage. It won't do that much, though. It'll be alright. So we'll survive this. We get the weak connection and we lag. We're just lagging left and right. You'll love to see it. Frickin' Scrafty comes in. This is still a good matchup for us because we're resisting all the fighting type attacks. We go for the Outrage. We land it. And now we come in with the Defense Deoxys here. This should be fine. We should be able to farm this thing all the way down. We will have to eat a Foul Play, but it's Defense Deoxys. Even the one that I have that's not powered up all the way doesn't really care. And it looks like they got nervous here, but I don't think they would have got to another Foul Play. This is just a Power Punch. I wasn't sure because of all that lag, but it is just a Power Punch, so fortunately I didn't shield that. And now we have a lot of energy, and they come in with the Gliscor, and this one's very bad. This is pretty bad here, because Rock Slide would hit for neutral, but Thunderbolt is still resisted because Ground double resists Electric, and then Flying takes super effective, so it's still resisted. And now we're going to go for another Psycho Boost here. This will be quadruple debuffing our attack. It cannot even get debuffed anymore. We come in with a Dragalge. We saved a Psycho Boost. This will reset the debuff on the Defense Deoxys, and we're going to let this come through. It is a Night Slash, and we have... we had an Aqua Tail, but for some reason couldn't throw it. I don't know. Maybe that one might have been legit. I don't know. My game stuttered when it happened, so... They did get the Night Slash boost, so I'm going to come in and throw this Psycho Booster right away, hopefully forcing a shield. I do force a shield, and now I will be able to get to another Psycho Boost if the game doesn't stutter, but hey, it stuttered, you know? It just always freaking stuttered. Wonderful. Frick you, Niantic. Okie dokie, so I shielded up, and it is fortunately an Earthquake, which actually gives me a win con here. So I go for the Crunch against this pᴜʀᴚ that came back in, but the smarter play would be going for Aqua Tail because I need 2 charge moves to KO regardless. So there was no reason to throw the Crunch there. I just didn't know. I wasn't sure if the Crunch would KO or not, so I threw the Crunch. But this Aqua Tail is going to be taking out the pᴜʀᴚ, and I will be able to get to this Aqua Tail before they get to an Earthquake. Because Poison Sting is absolutely broken. It's not broken. It really isn't. It's just good. It's a very good move. So we're barely able to take that win. Would have been a lot easier of a win if the game wasn't so freaking broken. All right. Oh, this one will enrage me as well. So let's watch as Shrady rages. All right, so picking up a negative lead here. We got to watch how Earthquake and Blizzard are both super effective here. Weather Ball is resisted, so I decided to catch on the Defense Deoxys. And it's probably Weather Ball, I'm assuming. Oh, no, it is an Earthquake. Okay, so very nice. We catch an Earthquake, and they come in with a Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz does pretty well up against my whole team, so a bit rough. It's a bit rough. And I switched to Thunderbolt because I was running into Scrafties and stuff like that. But either way, Thunderbolt and Rock Slide both hit for super effective on Mandibuzz. That's why Defense Deoxys is still a pretty good safe spot no matter what moveset you have. We're going to tank this Foul Play. It will not KO. The second one will, so I'm assuming they're going to throw before I get to the Thunderbolt because the... Thunderbolt will still do a lot of damage, although it wouldn't KO, so, you know, depends on the player and how they want to play. So we let that go. We do take just, I don't know, we baited out a Mandibuzz, so it's fine. And then I decide to throw the Aqua Tail here. This is a questionable play, but the thought process that was going through my thick skull was that with an Aqua Tail, I should be able to farm down after tanking one of these Foul Plays. So let's see if my logic was correct. All right, so 1, 2, it's not correct. He's going to get to another Foul Play. Yeah, so... Small brain play coming out here from Shrady, but that's fine. Let's shield this up. Never mind, don't shield it up. Just let it go. And they come back in with the Politoed, and I bait with the Aqua Tail. They better frickin' shield this. I swear to God, you better shield this, you stupid Okay, he shields it. Very good. All right, so Politoed, again, is pretty good against my team because I have 2 poison types, and they both take super effective from Earthquake. And also, if they're running Blizzard, Dragalge takes super effective from Blizzard as well. So we get the crunch off. This could be an pᴚᴘᴟᴚ. Do I decide to shield it? I do, and it is a Weather Ball bait. You dickhead. And then we're going to be... I'm just kidding, man. So now we're going to shield up once again, because this is most likely the Earthquake, and we need to get rid of the Politoed ASAP. All right, so we're going to be overfarming here, and we're going to go for this crunch. I was not sure if an Aqua Tail would have KO'd or not, so I was just going for the for sure kill. That takes it out. And now they come in with their last Pokemon, which is a Nidoqueen. So guess what? My Pokemon, or most of my team is good up against Nidoqueen. We can do super effective damage with all of our Pokemon here. Although Defense Deoxys is dead. So what I'm going to do here is try to catch an Earth Power on my Dragalge. And then we lag. There it is. That's the frickin' I had the Outrage. I had the Outrage. I threw the Outrage. And I lagged so frickin' hard that Amanda Buzz came in to frickin' tank the Outrage. That would have been GG right there. That would have been a frickin' G frickety fackety G. This game is so frickin' broken. I am so mad. This game is frickin' broken. That would have been a win. That would have been a fat win. And instead, it was a fat freaking loss. God damn it, fix your game, Niantic. Okay, dokie, so that's enough of the rage. Let's look at some better battles. This game is very triggering. We got 2 more battles. Let's check it out. Picking up a positive lead here. We're going to be doing neutral with everything, whereas the fighting type is resisted. They come in with a Nidoqueen once again, and my whole team does pretty well up against this thing as long as I don't eat an Earth Power or get baited. So most Nidoqueens, pretty much almost all of them bait, but since I took a while to switch out, I expected him to go for the Earth Power because he's ahead on energy, and it makes sense to go for the Earth Power there. So we're going to be over farming here. It takes them 8 Poison Jabs to get to an Earth Power, but it only takes me 4 Poison Stings to get to an Aqua Tail, so we get to 2 Aqua Tails by the time they get to 1 Earth Power. I'm going for the next one here. This might get a shield. It will be taking out the Nidoqueen if not. And now I think I just go for shield advantage here. They overfarm. Okay, so they overfarm. So this is a risky play. Like I said, only 4 Poison Stings to get this Aqua Tail. And it actually is a CMP tie. Get freaking styled on. All right, so we're gonna let this Earth Power come through. Don't even care. Apparently doesn't even KO, so that's awesome. And now we both simultaneously switch. They come in with the Scrafty. I come in with the purple shrimp guy, and this is looking good. So we're gonna let this Foul Play come through. I doubt they're gonna bait with the Power Punch because Foul Play doesn't KO. And now we go for the Outrage. And this Outrage is gonna do very, very good damage up against my son over there. So very nice. We land it, and then they actually decide to stop attacking, which could have been lag, but I think it was tactical because they have an Alolan Ninetales. So this Alolan Ninetales is going to get more farm if the Scrafty stopped attacking. So I think that was on purpose. I could be wrong, but I think it was on purpose so they can farm me down, which is a smart play because now they get a ton of energy on the Alolan Ninetales. And now I still have a full health Defense Deoxys, but I switched to Thunderbolt, so I don't have Rock Slide anymore. So this is looking a bit rough. So I am going to go ahead and call a bait here, because if I'm able to successfully call a bait, then things are going to be in my favor. So we call the bait, very nice, and now I'm expecting a catch, and they decide to, okay, they actually switch into the Drapion. I guess I think I was trying to catch there, but I'm not exactly sure. They come in with the Nidoqueen, which is fine. We take out the Nidoqueen, so that's one problem down, but now this Alolan Ninetales has more energy, and now at this point, they have a crazy amount of energy. So we do shield up the Dazzling Gleam. Now we're going to go for this Thunderbolt. This does hit for neutral. Rock Slide would be super effective here. So let's see how much this Thunderbolt does. It's okay damage. It's not great. And now we just got to get to the Psycho Boost, and that's going to be taking out the nine-tailed fox lady over there. So GG's. G to the G to the G G G G G G G G G G G G G. I'm sorry, I'll stop. All right, into the last battle, going up against ₚᵤᵘᴚᴜ. Is that like a counter? Is that a counter product to Yasqueen? So it's like ₚᵤᵘᴚ. All right, whatever. We pick up a positive lead here, and my dumbass shielded this. This was the most obvious ominous wind I've ever seen in my life, and I frickin' shielded it, and I knew it as I shielded it. I was like, why did I shield that? That was a stupid shield. That was a dumb shield. All right, so they come in with a Kanto Muck, and we're going to be baiting here, and they are going to call my bait and make me look like a goddamn fool. So that's fine. You can do that if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it because that's an ass play. I'm just kidding. You're good, dude. It's a lag. It's a lag. It's a lag to get into my head. All right, so we come in with the Drapion here. This is a good matchup for Drapion because they're forced to go for a Thunder Punch, which is like their weakest move. And the poison jabs are resisted. So we land the crunch. Once again, I think going straight Aqua Tail in this situation would have been smarter because 2 Aqua Tails would probably still KO. We tank the Thunder Punch. And now I actually decide to try to force a CMP tie here, just hoping that Drapion would win it. I'm assuming it does, but either way, that's fine. We take out the Kanto Muck, and now they come back in with the Giratina, and I'm going to go for this crunch. This will hit for super effective damage. Yeah, my first 2 Pokemon do very well up against Giratina Origin. So now I'm hoping they decide to go for another Ominous Wind here. Because if they do, it does not KO. Believe it or not, it should KO. You would think it would KO, but it doesn't. So they go for the Ominous Wind. I go for the Crunch. And this is going to be taking out the Giratina Origin if they decide not to shield. So very, very nice. Get styled upon Eth. And their last Pokemon. And their last Pokemon is a Typhlosion. And my whole team can beat Typhlosion pretty easily. So that's why I went straight for the Outrage there. Just because I know that I have this one in the bag. There's no reason to... You know what I mean? There's no reason to bait, because if they shield it, I still win. If they don't shield it, I win. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. They knew it was over, so they decided to not throw a charge move, which makes sense, because I still had a full health defense Deoxys in the back. So GG's able to go 25-0 on the day. Very impressive. Although that said 25-18. I'm actually at 28-79 at the moment. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it on the screen if I remember to. Probably not. Probably not. Look, I don't care if you don't believe me. Either way. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate it if you left a like. Really helps out the channel, and I appreciate y'all stopping by. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys watch these videos. And if you're new, subscribe. I would appreciate having you around. Love to have all the new people. And yeah, it's about all I got to say. So, almost had it. Almost had it there. And then I started to beep like a robot. Beepity bop bop boop boop boop. Beep beep bop 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 boop. Beepity bop boop boop. Beepity-bop. Shout out to my patrons: Billy Bravebird, Running Froggy, The North Star, Doug J. Dempsey, Ryan Borowski, Cleric, Dave Adamson, Draco Bound, Kenneth Allen Reed, DJ Mimsy, Clapton Caveman, King Edward, NZ Tech Freak, Austin Gustovic, Darkstone, Moach, Mr. Cookout, Brandon, Kodiak Jenkins, Vintage Kish, Kitty Sophie, Kid Kulek, Edward O'Neill, Senor Stacks, Grizzinator, Winterfang, Infamous One, Trey, Brand Dixon, Daniel Timms, Ray Rafik, Braden Seidel, Ankle Weights, Insuin, Mav Smith, Stashu, and Madhouse 655321.